Yeah, see, I'm the opposite. They go on during the day and off at night because they're in at night. Okay. So this puzzle, you're going to ignore the grass. You're going to send him in here, back him through all 4 cones. Then you're going to send him on a figure 8 around that cone first, around that cone, to this cone, to this cone, to stop, and then together you're going to go sideways down this pole, then you're going to tell his tail to make the turn, then you're going to go sideways down this pole without being attached to his snap. Send his tail. You can use the end of the rope so he knows that you're trying to drive his tail away. Good. Back. Okay. So be careful with the word over because he might come towards you. Yep, give him a little noise so that way he knows you're actually there. Good. Keep going, Ritz. So once you reach that first set of cones with your feet, you're not going to follow him anymore. So he's going to keep going out, and you're going to stay there and have him back away from you. So you stay there. He needs to go a little bit more. Turn the volume up if you have to. Good. So now his nose needs to turn, yep, like that. Tell him to go. Good. Draw him. There you go. There you go. Good. Good. Because the first time you kind of yanked him around the second cone. Yep. Good. Invite him. Good. Oh. Get his tail caught up first before you start him on the pole. Good. Back him up a little bit so his front feet stay close to the pole. Good. Now just the tail. Good. 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 Now don't change anything, and I'm going to tell you what I want to change. Your left hand. You did change something. You took it. So what I meant was don't change any. I wanted you to see where you were. You had your left hand
right here.
Right here. So we don't want that.
Okay.
We want as much as you have right now. So this way you're communicating, I don't want you to go forward, or you're communicating back up a little bit, as opposed to making him do it, and he doesn't have a choice. He doesn't have, there's no language there.
Right.
You're just making it happen.
He was a good boy.
Yeah, yeah. Yep. Yeah, and you realized that this turn here, you did actually pull him around, and you could tell his reaction was, "Whoa, what was that all about?" Right? So he let you know that that was harsher than he expected. Um, what you can do. You have challenge going that direction, getting into. Okay. When you want him to go, so usually I have trouble getting him to go out and around the right cone for some reason. So I try to make them believe when they're coming around that I need to get their nose pointed as if I'm telling them to go out that door. So sometimes if I change my perspective of what I'm asking them for, instead of focusing on the cone and saying I need him to go out and around that cone, I change it to I need him to go to the back door. So this way I'm throwing a different kind of feeling at him, and then I'm putting my focus on changing his, because if you're just focused on the cone, he may just only go to the cone, right, and then often on the wrong side of it. Like when you tell him, you go, get ready to go over the fence. You look over. Yes. Yep. And when you're coming to, when actually often when you're on this fence, you're already looking over to that other fence. So we want him to believe that you've told him as he's coming through here. Now, he's going to come, and as soon as his girth has to pass this, because if his girth doesn't pass this before you're telling him what to do with his nose, he's likely to side pass over this cone because you didn't give enough of his body a chance to get past it. So once his girth is past it, just tell him, I need you to go all the way, like you're sending him out of the barn. And then once you have him believing that, then you can gently allow him to bump into the line to guide him around. So you would just more or less keep a block instead of a pull around. When I saw a rock, I want to get out of there. I'm a really nice boy. I love love. Yeah, I love love. Yeah, and if you feel, do you want me to widen these a little bit? I mean, they are more narrow than they have to be. Give you a little more space. Yep. See, I'm surprised he didn't do it the last time you did that, so I didn't say anything. But if you give any kind of kiss, cluck, or any noise like that, it means go forward. So that he did respond appropriately. He's already guessing. So he's already guessing. Now I would make that leg closest to the cone go back one more, only because he's more likely to come forward than he is to just sidestep that front leg. So I would make that one be behind. Good. Now he has a better chance of crossing over. Get his nose to turn. So put energy at his nose. Good. Yep. Yep. Ritz, really? Ritz, is it snap time or what? Come on, bud. So make sure when you tell him to turn his nose away, it's kind of like a karate chop instead of where it kind of looked more friendly. You want it to be where you said, I turn your nose. Put the energy on his nose so he knows. Nope. Till his nose turns. You really don't want to kiss because otherwise he'll go where his nose is pointed. There you go. There you go. Yep. Now you're wiggling. Yep. Nice. He trips a lot, and he's been tripping a lot more lately than he ever did. Like his legs give out on him tripping. It's weird. Ooh. There you go. Yep, go with him though. Go with him. Stay in front of him. Tell his tail to go around. Oh boy. Good. Now just the tail. Just the tail. Tilt your head like you've got water in your ear. There you go. Just the tail. Just the tail. Good. Now both. There you go. There. That was beautiful. Okay. So you caught yourself. You were up on the snap. You caught yourself. So I didn't say anything. And then you didn't need it, like he showed you didn't need to be up on the snap anyway, because even after you reduced or lengthened the distance between him, he didn't need you to even wiggle it. Okay. So what I would, if I was working on this puzzle with him, one of the things I would do is I'd want to try to get my backup clean and make sure he understood that when I told you to back up, I meant back up. So that's something you can do either separately and clean up your backup, which is him just kind of saying, yeah, I'll get there when I get there. Or you can try it in the puzzle, but make sure that he's not feeling threatened, but feeling more commanded to go backwards. Because right now he's just kind of like, I'll get there when I get there. He's backing up true. He's staying straight, but he's just kind of getting there when he gets there. So maybe just let him know before you get him too far away from you that you mean business, and just be careful when you snap it, that you snap it to his chest, not accidentally getting him in the nose. Okay. Good. Oh, it's like he heard me. That's a much better backup. Much better. And sometimes it's just a matter of changing your intention because you were prepared to enforce it. Now, I don't know if the whistle confuses him because that's always been a come call. So I'm not sure. I haven't used it this year. Like I used to use it as a call cue, but he doesn't seem to be confused. But if he suddenly came to you, I would say that might be why. Yep. Make sure his nose is turned before you tell him to move his feet. Yep. So you can use, so like you already had, let me just show you something. You already had this in your hand, so you can use this to tell his nose to turn. Yep, just don't hit him. So this way you don't have to keep changing anything. Yep. So now in a case like that too, so I know what you were trying to do and you did it, you were successful, but there's an easier way to communicate to him what you wanted. You wanted his shoulder to turn because he was over there. You wanted his shoulder to turn. So what I would have done was I would have taken my energy and actually put it on, I would put like the tail of the rope and I'd focus it on the shoulder and I would point the direction because you were already pulling, so you were already pointing, and then tell his shoulder to follow your point. So anytime you put energy on any part of him, that part of the body should move. So if you needed the shoulder to move, then just point at, put your energy on the shoulder and the shoulder. Ritz, wake up. He's like, this is nap time. Yeah, I'm here an hour early. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. So first his nose before you tell him to go. Yep. Now tell him to go. There you go. Good. Here. Good. There you go. So here in a draw. So the one thing that's easier than I just want to show you like back. So let's say he's going, I'm going to do that. Go, go. So when he's coming around here and you've got all this extra line, it's easier to pull it through your hand than it is to try to gather it, right? So just try to take out the slack with your other hand. And then this way you can change quicker. So like if I was to tell him, I can change, I know, go ahead. And then I have to let it get slack, but now I can pull it right back through my hand instead of trying to gather it, you know?
But I'm trying not to pull him, that's the thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was pulling him just then, but you don't have to pull him to do that. I know, I know. Go ahead. Go, 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 go. Oh. Mm-hmm. Yep. Good. Back him up again. Yep. And a backup will always interrupt those assumed sidewayses. So anytime he starts going sideways and you didn't want him to, a backup will stop that. Good. Yep. Oh boy. Good. Except he's going to do it where he side passes each cone. So you're going to back him all the way the length of the cones. You can be one cone away. And he's going to go sideways over this cone. Then he's going to go sideways over this cone. He's going to go sideways over this cone. Sideways over this cone. Spin his tail around and then do the poles. So you can go with him all the way until the second cone you reach. And then you have to stop and he has to do the rest. There you go. Good. So now you have to explain to him he has to go sideways over that first cone. So you point for his front feet and you put your energy on his rib cage. And then you go together so that way he knows that he's supposed to go sideways. Good. And then you'll wiggle if he starts to go too far forward so that way you could stop his front feet and go. There you go. Yep. 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 And now you're going to back up and draw him to the next one. Good. And now tell him to go the other way. Oh, he needs to be a little bit more forward. Good. Draw him to the next one. Good. Good. His tail needs to swing all the way around. Just his tail. There you go. Good. Now just his tail. Back him up a little bit so he can do it. You caught yourself. Good. Oh, goodness. Yep. That was good. So the other thing I want you to do is I want you to always finish the puzzle. See how his back foot is still in the puzzle? Because now when you lead him off, he's going to hook that with his back foot. And not every horse is going to be as unspooked by that. But he's a good guy. He's a good guy for sure. Good. He definitely feels like you have more intention about the backup now. I know. I don't know what he's acting weird about. That was weird. Something scaring him for some reason. Not bad enough, but just the uncertainty in his face. Good. Huh? It's like in total slow motion. Good boy. Good boy. Come up a little bit because his front feet have to be a lot closer to that pole before he starts getting on it. Good. Now just the tail. So just going to change your focus to only the tail. Good. Good. A little bit more tail. They can finish the whole puzzle. Good. Good job. Now, are you having a chance to play with Snickers at all? Are you doing any of these with him? Are you having a chance to play with Snickers at all? Are you getting to do any of these with him? Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Right.
Through the woods.
Oh, good. Oh, that's good. Uh-huh. Right, right. Yeah, Ritz has kind of got the patience of a saint. That's too close. Okay. You could do it to where, yep, you can do that. And if you wanted to, you could even start on that. And then when you clear him off of this, because he's going to be facing this way, you could You'd have to send him out that one, and then yeah, you can't do like a actual serpentine because he'll get on the other side of the road. So we'll just do it as one figure eight. Good. Now he has to send him through those two cones, or out and around both of them is fine. Yeah, he always has to start from the out, otherwise the rope gets along his body. So all the way around that cone is the only way it's going to work. Nope. That's one way to do it. Nope. He always has to start from the outside of the cones. No. So he always has to start from behind them, and then he can choose to go out and around either cone. But if you're trying to get him to go on the inside of the cone, he can't do it without the rope going down his body. So the only way is if he goes out this way, or if he goes out this way. But if you bring him on the inside of it, the rope will go down his body. He won't be able to make the turn. So now you can just back him through them and then start one. Otherwise, when you're coming out of that part of the puzzle, you're just going to send him all the way through the two cones, then he'll be able to do it. Yep. Yep. Back a little bit. It's okay. He's going to go between the cones. Huh. There you go. That was easy enough. Good. Back him up a little bit. Good job. Good job. Sorry. There you go. So he never got a go cue. So he didn't know he was expected to go forward instead of sideways. So that's why he kept trying to go sideways. Good boy. Yep, good handling with your rope. Good, 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 very good. That was beautiful. Yep. Good. 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 Good job. Hmm. Yeah, because I'm going to handicap you eventually. But I need to make sure that you guys are communicating it well enough that I don't get you into trouble by handicapping you. Good. Back them up a little bit. Good. So that's when you try to lengthen the rope that way, it confuses him. So you want to just let him take the rope from you. Just open your hand and let him take the rope. There you go. Much better. Good. Yep. Caught yourself. Good. Back up a little bit. Back up a little bit. Good. Good boy. Okay. So the new challenge, I'm going to see if I can't just try to talk you into it before I give it to you where it's going to be even harder. Because I don't want to cause you to get off balance. But can you do all of that standing right here?
Do my best.
Don't move your feet. Okay? You have to be able to tell him now everything is kind of on him. So he has to swing his tail. You're going to start him down there. So you have to. So in a case like that, it's more of an over than a drive. It's more of a draw. So you would back him up and then you would draw him down here until he gets to where you can then drive the rest of the way. Then you're going to end up having to draw and then drive. And then to send him through here, I would bring him to where his front legs are probably about here before I would tell him to do anything else. So I would lead him to believe, because if you're already thinking ahead, he's going to see that. So I would lead him to believe that you're just going to bring him here and stop him. Then tell his nose to turn, and then tell him to go. Because if you don't tell him to go, he's going to automatically think sideways still. So you got to make sure you give him that kiss to go. And then again, you're not allowed to leave here. So then you have to draw, invite him, and you can comb the rope to bring it to you. And then just open your hand like you did it the last time, right? He can just take it from you. Because if you bounce it to lengthen it, you're communicating slow down or stop or back up.
Slow down.
Yeah. And then, you want to tell him, put your nose all the way to the door. So all of that very crisp communication is going to be important now because you can't get over there and make it happen. You have to try to explain it to him from here. And then if he were to leave or head that way, what I would do is I'd back him up and try again, as opposed to letting him go over there and then bring him back over here. I would try to stop going on back them up and give them another chance. Because the more we let, and you're not doing it, but it's just in general, the more we let them kind of fall out of a puzzle and then try again, that becomes part of the puzzle, the falling out.
I understand.
So we want to make sure that we say, that wasn't it. Come here, let's try that again. And then that helps them stay where they figure out the puzzle instead of adding their own pieces. Okay. Good boy. You got flies, unbelievable flies. So you need to get in that middle spot there. You can't be off on the side. Yep. Now you can't move. You have to stay right where you are. Back. He's got to back up to make that easy for him. Good. Yep, put energy on the side of him. Yep, there you go. Good. First his nose before you tell him to go, and then make sure you tell him to go when his nose turns. Yep, I was going to say, that'll bring him right to you. Good. You can pet him to let him know that that's all you needed. Good. So now his nose has to point to that back door. Yep. And allow your hand to open so he can take the line from you. First his nose. Yep, now go. Good. Yep, there you go. I was thinking the same thing. And I was saying, I even prefaced it by saying, and you're not doing that. Yep, there you go. There you go, good. Good. There you go. Up. Good, good. Yep, just mean it. So that way he, like tell him to back up at least one step right now because he never backed up one step. So make him back up one step right now just so that he doesn't get away with ignoring a cue. Good. Okay. Because my goal is to get you standing on the mounting block and doing the whole thing while you're standing on the mounting block. But I want to make sure that you're not finding yourself needing to chase him in any way because I don't want you to jump off the mounting block. Good. So imagine you're standing on a mounting block because that's the end goal. Here. Good. 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 So the reason he did that was because your support hand was still sitting out off to the side. Yep. 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 Allow the drift in the line so that way he can turn his head. You're all right. You're all right. So he just totally asked you the questions. Oh boy. Good. Yep. 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 There you go. So I'm not sure where the complete miscommunication on his part is. Here. Turn your head. Good. Good. Back. Back. From where you're having the trouble. Come on. Oh. Oh, I stopped his front. Here. Here. I was just trying to fix the nose thing. Step up. Uh-uh. 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 Now. Stop. Here. Here. Yes. Yes. No. Here. Here. Good. Good. Yes. No. 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 Stop. Stop. Yes. Good. Good. Come here. 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 Listen. Yes. The cone means nothing. Here. Here. Good. Ooh. Here. Ooh. Here. He got stuck in the sideways. So even the go cue didn't mean go to him. It just kept meaning sideways. Okay, we can do that. I mean, he should have it now, as long as the go cue is incorporated. But I'll change the. He just got stuck in sideways and he just couldn't get out of it. No. And he was pretty sure he was right, so he was having a hard time. Okay. So now you're not going to, if with it that way, you're not going to be able to, I mean, I could put the cones way over here so that it's a box for you. And then there's still nowhere near the sideways, so he could hopefully. Oh, I can't wait till I get all these rocks out of here. He has to go out and around one. Yeah, he has to go either all the way around both of them and then start his figure eight, or he has to go back between them and then start his figure eight. Or you can send him towards those stalls through them. Good. Nope, can't do it if he goes between them. No, he can't do them if his nose is coming between them. He can only do it if his tail is going between them. So if his nose is coming at you, he can't do it. He has to start it from outside, and then his tail, the only way he can do it is if his tail is facing you, not his nose. So now if you sent him through and then came back and sent him through, now, good boy, good boy. That was very broken. Back, back. Good. 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 Very good. Okay. We're